sit back and relax, because this is going to be a while, all right? So in 1607, 402 brainiacs, 4 questions, okay? This is Reed's, and this is Liz's. Thank God for all of you. I'm not going to read everything on the page. Okay? So what I am going to do, though, is read the 4 questions one at a time, and then I'm going to do a synopsis, a small version of what they said. What strikes me when I read this is how compatible. It's your decision as to whether you agree with me or not. So the first question that I asked, and this one's going out to Liz, when you first saw Reed, what went through your mind? I like the wonder years, you know, that kind of stuff behind the scenes that people talk about. So they're in Latin 3, and there are 2 people that do well on the test, Reed and Liz. Everybody else, there's 30 people in the class, did not do so well. So they got sent out of the class for extra credit to work on whatever they had to work on. And so they got to know each other. And Liz tries to pull Reed, believe it or not, out of his shell, because he's such a shy guy. But I don't know where he got this from. He has this sarcastic humor that he lays on her that she kind of digs. All right? So that was Liz's answer to the question. This will take a while, I think. So Reed answers the same thing. Latin class. And he says, you know, I have a really hard time opening up to anybody and really expressing myself. But I go to this Latin class, and all of a sudden, I tell the worst joke you've ever heard in your life, and she's laughing. So I'm like, this is pretty good. And I know she's smart, because we're the only 2 people that passed the frickin' test, and we're out there doing this extra work thing. So that's kind of, you know, attractive to me. Plus, I think she's really pretty and beautiful. So then I said, we're going to move on. We'll start with Reed's this time. When you first got to know Liz, what did you do? What was it that you saw in her that drew you to her? So he says, Liz's compassion. He goes, I don't care what it was, a little puppy or people that were starving or anything like that. Basically, she had compassion for him. I was kind of whatever, but you know, she seemed to have this emotional attachment that I thought was really cool. And she also seemed like a fun person, and again, she laughed at my jokes, so that was a big deal to him. Liz said, I don't know what to make of this guy. He's kind of quiet, he's kind of shy, but his jokes are pretty funny, and I don't know that anybody else is laughing, but I am. So that's how she got going with him. So we go to question number 3. Liz, as you got to know Reed more and more, what was important to you? The foundation of a good relationship is planning ahead, okay? There was something about him. He knew exactly what he wanted. Seemed like when he was like 3, and I agree with that. Because he knew he was going to Virginia Tech at 3 years old. I got the picture showing it. He applied to 1 school undergraduate, 1 school in graduate school, and that was that, and scared us to death. But he knew what he wanted, and you don't find many people at 3 years old, of course you didn't know that, but really, that really know what they want out of life. And let's see what he says. We're almost done. We're on question 3, so this is faster than you thought. At least than I thought, anyway. So, but we both changed through the years. And we both basically helped each other to evolve into a different person. That's pretty deep right there. And I feel like when I'm with Liz, I can be completely honest and completely real. In other words, if I say something stupid, she's still right there to accept it. But she doesn't do a lot. So last question. You can applaud now. As you look into the future, what will make this relationship work? And this is Reed's answer. He goes, the hobbies and the interests, we had diverse interests. First of all, she went into football, but then she came to Virginia Tech and she got into football. Bless their little hearts right now. And she evolved to my interests. And she evolved to things that basically I loved, that she found, that she loved later on. But also, I evolved to her interests. Some little, novels or, racy little books and stuff like that. We started reading these books. Okay, I made that up. But anyway, that's what basically he said. Last one. So Liz says the bird effect. Anybody know what the bird effect is? I've never heard of the bird effect. The bird effect is if you're looking out the window, you're reading the paper or something like that, and all of a sudden your spouse looks out the window and sees this bird, and you're like in the middle of this article, you're going to put that paper, this is my interpretation, Liz, you're going to put that paper down and go look at that bird just to please that spouse. So there was a ton of research for successful marriages, and the bird effect was the one that they found that made a successful marriage. Pam, I'm sorry, I didn't know to put the paper down. It's a really good article, but 29 years, I guess I put it down some. But the bottom line is that you take an interest in what your spouse has in mind, not necessarily what's in your mind. So with that, I say, I think they got it. Hear, hear.